Hey, I'm Nitin Kumar. I'm the number one agent for EXP for the number of homes sold last year in the whole country. As well, if you look at real trends, I'm the number one agent in Austin for the number of homes sold in Austin as well. A question which is asked by a lot of people to me is why should you invest in short-term rental, STR? My suggestion is if you don't want to have a long, big real estate portfolio, right? Real estate portfolio people build is to save taxes. That is where mostly people are putting their money in, right? They want to save taxes. The best option is people like me who have built a portfolio of 7, 8, 9, 10 homes. They can do a cost segregation. You build long-term rentals, you give it, and then you manage those long-term rentals, and then you do tax benefits on those and roll up your real estate, houses, and keep buying, keep selling, and keep taking tax benefits. But the other way around is if you don't want to do a big real estate portfolio, just buy short-term rental. If you buy a short-term rental, manage it well, you will get not only more money than a long-term rental, but also a depreciation of almost 40 to 45%. Same year, the year you buy, it doesn't matter how long you hold the property and all. Very simple requirement, it should be 100 hours of your time used to set up the property short-term rental. Second is you should have the short-term rental available 2 weeks on the market, which is also not difficult. Airbnb and all that stuff, you can always do that part. But look at this, you buy a $1 million short-term rental, fully furnished, rent it for a couple of weeks, you can take 40% of it almost as a depreciation on your W-2 income, which is 400K. If you are on a 40-45% bracket in California, right, that is almost equivalent to 160-170K of saving. If you look at the down payment, which is on a $1 million, 200K down payment or 20%, almost 90% or 80% of your down payment is coming from tax saving. It is an amazing way of building asset value for long term for your life, and it's a great way to save taxes. That's why people buy short-term rental. That's the main reason people buy real estate. They have a growth mindset. They look for building real estate portfolio for generations to come, and they save taxes. Rather than giving money to Uncle Sam, you keep money in your pocket and build it for your families and generations to come. Thank you.